Have you ever felt like maybe you had to make the mistake in order to learn the lesson? Then this video is for you. What's up, my Good Vibe DJ tribe? Today's Ask Kilma question is, are there any mistakes you've made in the industry that you've learned from that you might not have really touched on quite yet in this series? Oh, so many. So many. One of the situations that come to mind as of lately, because it's something I don't quite do as much as I used to. Like, I used to do this all the time, but I was a bit of a control freak, which meant that I wanted to do every job. I would delegate a task and then I would pretty much end up doing the job. Or someone would ask for help, and instead of giving them information, I would turn around and end up doing the job. And then I would be surprised when that person wasn't really motivated to do something for themselves, because guess what? If they came to me, I'd probably end up doing that thing for them. The reason I believe I was doing this was, one, feeling that sense of control can kind of at least make you think that you'll feel a little less stressed out, and it's kind of nice to feel needed. Codependent much? The trouble with this is it actually does cause a lot of stress, and some of the examples I could give you is a lot of us DJs end up throwing parties or having to brand the event and try to bring fans in. And this is where we really need to ask for help to get resources from other people that may be better at something that we're not so great with. And I wanted to do it all. Instead of trusting other people to be able to do the job, I would either try to do it for them, or I would hover over them, or I would try to tell them how to do something, and that just did not work. And it didn't make me feel good either. I'm sure it made them feel pretty terrible and probably didn't want to work with me anymore. But that's a mistake I kind of had to make. And hopefully that's not how people feel about me anymore. Well, basically because I just don't do that anymore. Maybe a little bit of guidance and then let them figure out what they want to do, or maybe they already know. So I need to back off and not just try to give unsolicited advice. And that's the thing. I think it's important to ask people if they would like our help, or if you could give them some feedback. And if they say no, back off. And if somebody offers to do something for you, trust them. Just trust them to do that thing. And if it doesn't work out, okay, it was a learning experience. But I feel like that is a really big lesson for me. Even, just getting people to do radio shows, they might flake out. I need to let go of that outcome. I need to realize that if I book somebody to do something, they might not show up. They might forget a cord. They might realize one of their USBs are broken. If I get booked for an event, I need to realize that even though I've told that promoter in advance what kind of turntables I need, I might show up and they don't have what I need. This is something that also used to really stress me out, because I did experience this quite a few times, going out of town for shows, letting them know in advance, making sure it's in my contract, this is the type of turntables I need, and if I don't have them, well, kind of need to plug my USB into something. Then that just meant that I would still get paid, and it would be unfortunate that I didn't get to play, but I had to just let go of the outcome, because these things happen. Same thing with flights. If you are a traveling DJ, maybe your flight's delayed and you miss your gig. Maybe you're driving somewhere and you hit an animal, or you get a flat tire, and now suddenly you can't make it out to your gig. It's just letting go of the outcome and realizing that, yes, you're excited and you do want to play this event, but Mother Nature might come in there and say, you know what? I know this is your first festival, but I think that this past festival, Emotion, that happened just in Manitoba at Saint Laurent, it was really inspiring to watch the promoters and organizers just, come together to make things work. There was a really bad storm on the first day, and a lot of promoters might have just said, okay, screw this, we'll give people their ticket money back, or let's just do this next year, because it was pretty rained out. They had to shut down stages, and the promoter was like, hey, okay, so this is happening, we'll just swing with it, we'll just go with it. They rearranged set times, the campground worked together to help get rid of the water because things were flooded. They built a bunch of protectors for the speakers and everything. Like it all came together beautifully. And I think because that promoter just let go of the outcome, they realized that there's only so much that you can do. And because of that calmness, I think that kept the rest of the team fairly calm, and they came together and made a beautiful, awesome festival. I hope you found this answer helpful. I know that in the DJ industry, there's so many unpredictable things that can happen. Your equipment can fail, and yeah, you want to have that backup, but just understanding that these things happen, and sometimes letting go of the outcome and just going with it is one of the many ways that you can enjoy this career. If you have any Ask Kilma questions, make sure you hashtag Ask Kilma on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram so I can answer your questions.